So Fight World, it's your boy Young Scholar. As you can see, if you tuned in for the fight yesterday with Andre Ward, SERGEY KOVALEV, you'll see that Andre Ward won an unanimous decision. Already, it's a lot of controversy that's happening, which was expected either way. I would say more so on if Andre Ward would have won, which he did. Of course, it would be excuses and already planning for a rematch, would call it. Early in the bout, we all seen those who tuned in that Kovalev dropped Andre Ward early in the second, which was just a good counter punch and just him doing his homework. He knew Andre Ward was going to step to the side, and he hurried up and just reacted. He threw the overhand right, and Andre Ward was throwing the cross right. Now the reason Andre Ward was knocked down because of it, not only was it a clean shot, a strong shot, a smart shot, a tactical shot, it's also because one of his advantages SERGEY Kovanec has is his reach. So his punch reached Andre Ward faster and quicker because his arms are longer. So when they both was, if their arms were around the same length, and they say it's 1 inch apart, but it looks like it's a lot different than that. But anyways, you see this happen a lot in boxing. Sometimes both of the fighters will go down, but Andre Ward limbs are just a little bit shorter, so he didn't get to fully connect. And part of Andre Ward momentum was coming forward to deliver that right cross, and he actually made himself knock down. Now, long story short, basically what I'm trying to say, man, I feel like it wasn't a controversial decision. I feel like Andre Ward won, even with the knockdown and the straight left that kind of hurt Andre Ward early in the fight. Is because the way Andre Ward proceeded to pick SERGEY Kovanec apart, which was a very close fight, very close fight. You can argue that SERGEY Kovanec won, or you can argue that Andre Ward won. Both of them won. Andre Ward won, but you can argue that. I would agree with that. SERGEY Kovanec did show me personally as a boxing fan that he is more than a puncher. He does think. He is a very cerebral thinker when he fights, which was, surprising, and that was good for him. Even though he lost the fight, is it is positive sides to this fight. But I also want to touch on the basis that the reason I see that Andre Ward is the winner is because he's the smaller fighter that was moving up. And not only was he the smaller fighter that was moving up, if you look at it, Kovalev is the crusher. Everyone he's faced up until Andre Ward, even those who punch harder than Andre Ward, he's crushed them. So for Andre Ward to take that away, I mean, he barely had any damage really on his face. He took, a solid right cross, point blank in his face, smack in the face. Got up. It dropped him, but he got up, and he took a couple of more of those, but he also gave some. If you ask me, he also kind of gave a couple of shots that in previous fights, Andre Ward didn't show that type of power in his punches. To me, he showed a little bit more power. Maybe it was him rising to the occasion. It just happens, Also, he didn't use a lot of his tactics, and I feel like he should have still. He still used one of them where he kind of smother your power, the way he jabs and kind of scoots up on you. But at the same time, I felt like I would have kept doing what Andre Ward normally does, and he would have finished the fight earlier. But I think all the conversation that led up to the fight, both fighters was trying to make sure that they remain clean as possible. Very good fight. I think it did live up to the hype. Do I think that there needs to be a rematch? Not really. Seeing that Andre Ward had more to lose since he was the risk was bigger him moving up. Not trying to be biased or anything. But if Andre Ward is willing to give him a rematch, give him a rematch. I mean, it's good for boxers, good for the fans. I mean, it's good for the fighters, you know. Every fighter sometimes, especially in a fight like that, might need a rematch. I mean, it just, you know, it's a mental thing. We're still humans at the end of the day. Also, Triple G needs to be in the conversation now. I feel like before Andre Ward gives Kovalev another rematch, I feel like Triple G needs to either fight Kovalev. I don't want to hear about size and none of that. Or you need to fight Andre Ward. Well, since Andre Ward is the world champion now, it would only make sense that Triple G makes that fight happen with Kovalev, whether Kovalev moves up or down. I believe it's possible. They meet at 168. Hell, they can even meet at 170. Catch weight at 170. There's ways to make that fight happen. Triple G, he may be shorter, 2 inches shorter, but he's a big fighter. He's compact. He might hit a little harder than Kovalev. Now, Kovalev punches are strong, but it's his arm reach that really gives him that advantage. So when he delivers that power, because his arms is reaching the other opponent faster. I think the next fight, if they did do a rematch, I think it'll come out the same way, but I think it'll be a little bit more violent, a little bit more explicit, because now they both have learned something from each other, felt each other out. And then if they get ready for another rematch, then they're going to both come back stronger and more aggressive. And it could play both ways again. But definitely tonight, I feel like Andre Ward showed that he's the better fighter just because he moved up, had less experience on that level of performance, and who he fought. I mean, you have natural lightweight champions that was fighting Kovalev and couldn't do anything. So, to me, Andre won the fight just because how difficult he made it on Kovalev, and just the minimum of damage that Kovalev done after the first round. I just think that, you know, and it was something Andre Ward had to get used to, and he got used to it. And I mean, it just didn't go one way where you see a lot of Kovalev's fights. And by him being the smaller fighter and moving up and not the puncher. And he was fighting a puncher plus a boxer. So for Andre Ward to pull that off and it not end up in a knockout on Andre Ward's end, or the fact that Andre Ward didn't get put on the canvas but once. And that was just because, to me, it was like, you know, he was comfortable, and you know you're a fighter and you get in there and another man is just another man. And I think he maybe did underestimate just for that instance, because he got too comfortable. He threw it, you know, just a basic move, slip to the side, try to throw that cross right. Now, and Kovalev was ready for it, maybe because of film or whatever the case might be. Or you just, when you're a counter puncher and you're fighting a counter puncher, you get ready for things like that if you're training correctly. But what I would have done, what Andre Ward did, slipped to the side and threw an overhand right. I would have rolled under the punch and threw that overhand right. That way my body would have linked into it, and I think that would have made the difference of Kovalev when he put him on the ground. I feel like Andre Ward should have threw the right hand a little bit more. If when he go back on the film, he's going to see that it was a lot more openings for him with Kovalev. I mean, even though it was working, don't fix something that ain't broke. The left hand was working for Andre Ward, but I feel like he could have hurt Kovalev a lot more if he would have threw that right upstairs a little bit more. And even if he would have, I know Roy Jones was commentating and said he shouldn't have went southpaw. And I think he went southpaw split seconds and, you know, here and there. I would have stayed southpaw around just to see, you know, what I can see. Because it was a ways around that jab, not just ducking. But I think that would offset Kovalev if he would have sat there and, you know, was jabbing with the right hand since the left hook was working. Because now you're giving that left hook even more power, or straight right hand straight left even more power. But also when you jab, you're evening out Kovalev's jab, since Kovalev has such a good jab. you're evening out the power in it. So when you meet him, and also you can come back with a straight left, which he wouldn't be expecting, or even left uppercut by going uh, southpaw, which Kovalev kind of, well, Andre Ward exploited and shown Kovalev's weakness, and he's kind of vulnerable to that left hand. His length does a lot for his defense, but at the end of the day, basically what I'm trying to say is Andre Ward won the fight. As I was watching it, I was like, okay, this might be a normal Kovalev fight, but Andre Ward really showed. And also, and I can't believe I forgot this, I wanted to say this because, I kind of brainstorm what I want to cover before I make these videos. But I also want to talk about the fact that Andre Ward fight looked like an Andre Ward fight. As simple as that. Kovalev's fight is the one that looked oddly different. So that's another reason why I say Andre Ward should be the definite winner of this fight, because he stopped Kovalev doing what he wanted to do. And Andre Ward proceeded to be Andre Ward. So you just got to look at all the variables in it. That's why we have judges, for them to decide, because with all the fans deciding, it's going to always go either way. But, your own perception, your own conclusions, just don't be biased and think that, because you wanted Kovalev to win, or the same way with Andre Ward. But, the judges made the decision. I don't think talk for a rematch should be now. Also, just the commentators after, I think Max, the way he interviewed Andre Ward and the way he interviewed Kovalev, I just believe it was just unnecessary with some of the dialogue that was presented from Kovalev right after Andre Ward winning. And you don't see those type of series of questions asked in such a fashion when it's not something else that they're trying to paint the picture, and they're very selective with their wording. So, again, it was a good fight. The fans got to see it. It's over now. Andre Ward won, which who I was shooting for. And the only reason I was shooting for Andre Ward is because I feel like he gave the short end of the stick anyways. He should have got that Triple G fight. If he would have got that Triple G fight before he went up and fought Kovalev, how can you force a man to go up and wait without letting him fight Triple G first, when Triple G is just the smaller version of Kovalev in a way? So I feel like he should have got that fight. If he would have got that fight, it would have been a way better outcome for Andre Ward when he fought Kovalev. I believe he would have exploited him or exposed his weaknesses better, because Andre Ward would have already been in there with someone to kind of basically fight with the same type of tactics. Triple G is very strong and he's very long, but they have to make weight, so you really can't see the muscle density, but it's there. You can just see the way when Triple G is sitting there and he's standing in his back, because he done lost so much mass to make weight, but it's almost like it gives him a appearing of a humpback, because all that muscle is so compact in there, but he's been dehydrating himself, so it kind of tightens up. And that's where the power is coming from, especially when they shoot those straights and the shoulders also. But same thing with Kovalev. So they really are in weight division. Triple G should be in light heavyweight, and I believe Kovalev should be a cruiserweight. But if you can make the weight, it's all about tactics, and it's a sport. It's not a fight. It's not a street fight. It's a sport, so you make preparations, you make planning, and you're playing chess. And I just feel like, they both conducted themselves well to after the fight. I don't like some of the dialogue Kovalev used. It was very unprofessional. But also you can look over it, because I understand the loss and what was on the line. I still felt like both of them kind of showed respect for each other at the end of the fight. So I'm proud of that. I gained respect for both, more respect for both fighters. and also for the visitor Kovalev. I respect him because I gain more respect for him because he did show heart, and he also showed, good sportsmanship. And it was just a good fight. And sometime, somewhere in the future, you never know, them two could become friends. Just said it's just a yin and yang thing, and that's interchangeable either way. So, let me know what you think. My next couple videos, or even this one, I might put my a little bit more information on there so you guys can kind of just subscribe, because I'm going to be doing this more often now. I've been wanting to for years, but it's just a lot of other things I was shooting for. But I'm back interested in boxing again, extremely. I always have been, but boxing kind of disappeared for a while. It was kind of quiet. Now the pay-per-view's back, and it's and I would say UFC helped boxing come back a little bit, just fighting, period, martial arts. So just tell me what you think, man. Subscribe, comments, man. Please, no hateful comments. I mean, we got to stop doing that. I even agree. I probably had a couple of arguments with some people on their things. I mean, it's just, you got to look at the facts, man. And we got to stop making it, painting the picture of something else because we're doing something else. Our agenda is other than looking for a good boxing match. So stop taking things so personal, because none of us are really the fighters in there putting their lives on the risk or getting hit in the damn head for 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to be easy on these fighters, for what you say to them or whatever, because I give anybody credit and respect that's willing to step in around with another man and swing blows at each other's heads for 12 rounds. Especially if you know that you're going up to someone that's physically stronger than you. Because physically strong is kind of how people place victory all the time. If you're stronger than somebody, they think you can win. But Andre Ward displayed that that's not always the case. Sometimes you got to be a thinking man, a determined man, and a well-prepared man, and a righteous person. And, the odds might come out to your favor. Well, all right, guys, y'all have a good one. Hopefully some good fights coming up in 2017. Didn't get to catch the undercard. I'm going to have to go back and look at the highlights. But, like I said, it was a good night for boxing. And, just hopefully we see some more entertaining matches coming up. Hopefully we catch one around Christmas. It's coming. I have to look and see if one is coming up. But hopefully we get something good. But I definitely think that Triple G, that triangle of supremeness with Triple G, Kovalev, and Andre Ward needs to be handled. The first part of it has already been handled. I mean, Andre Ward made it easy for himself, even though it was hard for himself. He made it easy for himself because he shot up and fought Kovalev. Boom. Got that out the way. Because a lot of people will see before this fight happened as Kovalev being more of a challenge than Triple G. But I feel like Triple G is, I don't know, he might be a little bit more sound. But like I said, it takes a fighter to get in there like Andre Ward to show if this fighter is good or not. Kell Brook kind of exposed Triple G a little bit, but Triple G's power did still show. So, guys, like I said, just drop your comments. Let me know what you think. It's your boy, Young Scholar, you know what I'm saying? Got a lot of stuff that I'm going to be covering, especially at the beginning of the next year and the end of this year. I'm going to stay in tune, you know what I'm saying? Just stay subscribed to my channel. I cover many topics, sports, religion, workout, philosophy, just a conversation rules the nation. So like I said, you guys subscribe. Right now, a lot of my focus is on boxing, so I'm not going to say it's a boxing channel, but like I said, I cover all of it, just expression really. So like I said, have a good Sunday. Thanks to the Almighty God, for this blessing. We all waking up and just getting to enjoy moments like this in humanity that just helps human beings see both sides of certain playing fields. As above, so below. But anyways, just you got to take positive in life because, it's a lot of bad out here too. So just enjoy the moments we get and everybody don't get in the uproar and, hateful stuff. Let's just stop putting them type of energies out there. It's not even worth it. Two fighters, they fought. Both of them still alive. Both of them got a big paycheck, more money than any of us that's arguing on there. On here, you know, a lot of videos I done seen. So at the end of the day, apple of the day, keep the doctor away. But anyways, like I said, y'all let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to conversation. Drop your comments below. And you know what I'm saying? Let's just keep on enjoying this world of boxing.